Mighty Atom, or Astro Boy as us Americans call him, was first created in 1952 by manga artist Osamu Tezuka. And even though the story has had 3 incarnations, I plan on talking about the first one created in 1963, since all 3 are based off the same thing but differ in ways just in the first episode. In the early 1990s, a young boy of about 10 or 11 is riding a robot car only for him to die in a car crash due to a malfunction. His father, the Minister of Science, Professor Tenma, has ordered for a robot to be built that would have the soul of his late child and manages to do so with the help of his team. 5 or so years pass, and the professor becomes angry that his child isn't growing, almost as if he had forgot the very fact that he built him in a state of mourning for his Toby. This fact now hits the professor on the head, and he sells Toby to a robot circus in January of 2001, telling the child that he is a machine and property, therefore to be able to be sold as merchandise. During the first episode, we see that robots don't have any rights in this world, and even those who do stand up for them are ridiculed for it. Professor Ochanu Mizu takes the place of Professor Tenma after a mental breakdown. I can only hope comes from realization that he sold his only son, but we never find out, and gets a law put into place that states robots have as much right as humans do, just in time to get Toby out of the circus before the ringmaster could damage him. This all got me thinking, since we've come to a point of artificial intelligence as something that we deal with on a daily basis, being in our phones, our computers, watching us, collecting data, we already know that in a short time every job out there, be it in the food industry or marketing or even making a YouTube video that you're watching right now, will be created by a computer with an automated voice talking to you. Do you even know the difference anymore between a real person or a computer voice? It's getting pretty close. Even Stephen Hawking warns that AIs could be the very end of mankind. In the University of Texas, scientists have created programs that act as disabilities, even giving one schizophrenia. In Georgia, they have robots that have learned for themselves how to deceive. No one taught the robot or programmed the robot how to do it. It developed its own strategy through trial and error. Google has even found that their self-learning computer spends its time online like most of us do, through pictures of kittens. So that begs the question, if robots get rights in our world, much like the ones in Mighty Atom, we might need it a bit sooner than anyone would think. On July 2nd, 2015, a 22-year-old worker at a Volkswagen factory in Germany was grabbed by an inactive arm he had been working on and crushed the man against metal plates. He died on the way to the hospital. Would the robot, assuming it did kill the man on its own, be tried as a human? And could it use "I was programmed this way" as a way of getting out of its sentence, like a lot of humans do? And then there's Ray Kurzweil, who has been uncanny at predicting what technologies will come our way. Some are helpful, but there are the questionable, such as the thought that we will no longer have to eat or cook food but have nanosystems inside us. And in less than 10 years, it might be illegal to drive your own car on the highway, but instead your car must do it for you. I personally know a few pedal-to-the-metal people who will break that law. In 30 years, we should be able to upload ourselves into a cloud. I don't even use the cloud right now for fear that they will accidentally delete something. So I'll probably be over here waiting for it to crash and hundreds of people to die because their brain was accidentally deleted. That will be a very interesting time. Millions of people have come up with the idea of robots and how human they can be. But as we go on, maybe we'll be the ones dreaming of electronic sheep.